Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see I've got a 2-pager going. These are all photos of artwork by Georgia O'Keeffe, and that's because I went to the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum when I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So I have quite a few photos. I think I'll probably end up with 3 full layouts of the museum. I'm not quite sure yet, but I think probably 3. I think this is my only one that's 2 pages. That might not be true. I'm trying to think of what I had planned out. But in any case, I don't do a lot of 2-pagers, or I haven't been lately. It just works out that a single page often is enough. But here, definitely needed it. And I tried to stick to purple and white. And these all just happen to kind of be in that genre. And I just realized I have 2 of these next to each other that are very similar. So I think I'm going to swap out this photo and move it over here and put this one on the left. And then I'll have flowers that are different from each other next to each other. Let's see what I think about that. Which way is the way it's supposed to go? I think it's this way. Yes, I like that better. Then these 2 are far apart. They're at opposite ends. This is closed, this one's open. I'm okay with that. And then these are different from everything else. So you know what? I think that's a better choice. But as you can see, I have 2 pockets I need to fill. And I did have some memorabilia from the museum, but I'm using those in other ways, on other layouts and as inserts. So I don't have anything for here. So I will need to find 2 full cards. And I think at least one of them, I think I need to have some journaling, because I do want to write about this. The other one can just be kind of a background card or a filler, but I need one that's got some journaling space available. So I think I will go on the hunt for those right now. I do also have a bag of stuff that's specific to arts and museums. So some of these, like these, are more geared towards a history museum, but still a museum. And then I have some extras here that I have printed but didn't cut out yet. I have all of these phrases. These are definitely geared more towards like natural history and true art museums. And then I have cards. Now, as you can see, this is the only 4x6 card I even have printed at the time. I had more, but I used them. And I have those all as digitals. For the most part, I would say 90% digital. So I can reprint when I want to, but I don't have a 4x6 space here, so I don't have to worry about that. But then I have my 3x4s. And these are just what I have printed. I have more. I think I have 4 sets now that are museum related or art related. So I could reprint any of them because they're all in digital format, but I'd really love not to. So I'm hoping I can find things in here that are already printed that I can use. Now right away, this one, anything black and white would work because I have white going here and then mostly purple. Black would not detract from any of that. It would work fine. And I love what it says. I read all the things. I have another one from the same set that looks very similar to this, but I think it has a headset on it and it says, "Warning, I do all the tours." And I've used that elsewhere recently, so not going to reprint that for sure. But this is from that same set and it's a very similar look and vibe, so I can certainly use that one. Ooh, another black and white one. Okay, kind of like this because it would let me have the journaling space I want. And I could put like Georgia O'Keeffe up here. I could put the date, maybe do a phrase strip in there, or stamp something. Plus I have all this. So this is a good option. So right now I'm liking this one more than that because I can journal. I'm just going to put that there for now. And then, yeah, I'm going to have a bunch here that are kind of history related that may not go. No. I like those, but they don't go. This is the wrong orientation. What is this? Oh, this has all the different, like some famous museums in the background. I don't think the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum is on here. These are all like big metropolitan museums, so that probably doesn't work. And actually, you know what? The color's kind of blue-gray, but not the best match. This one just has different art styles. Color doesn't go. Definitely for Egyptian stuff. Ooh, here's another one, just black and white. I put it here, that's cool, or that's cool. I mean, that's a possibility. I could journal there too. And this is more like Renaissance type stuff. So like when I go back to the cloisters in New York, which is all medieval art, maybe this would be a better option. But this is way too modern. Doesn't go with that. What does this say? Oh, now I'm getting into some of the history ones. Ooh, Gallery Love. It's gray, which I don't know. Oh, it's not too bad against that. If I use this, I don't want it here though. That's too close. It would have to be here. I'm gonna put that there now. Hold that in reserve. That's more history. Are these all history now? No, because I see an art one in the back. Oh, there were some solids that came with the set to match the other cards and the phrases, so that's why these are in there. None of those match. Favorite artwork. I like this, but the colors don't go. Treasure from the past. Is that? Ooh, the gold does not look good. Ew, no. Well, guess what? I guess I'm using this one for sure to bring in that gray. So then I have to decide between these two. I've decided that I like this one better for this layout. This is fun and I can definitely use it for something else. But for here, I think I just want it to be kind of a little bit more refined maybe. And this is cool. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like a little more hip or I don't know, whatever. I might save this for like going to a Chihuly exhibit where it's glass in unique shapes and things like that. So it'll get used, just not here. So I'm going to go with this one. So for this card, I am wondering if either in this spot here or at the bottom, if I should overlap some purple washi. I do have some. I don't have a ton of choices, but I do have some, just to kind of bring that in. And so it's not so stark white and black. So I think I'm going to go into my washi and grab some options and then I'll be back. I have 4 options for washi. That's more than I expected. I forgot that I bought like a multi-pack of purples and some of them are very thin, some have foil. It was a mix of things and I kind of forgot how many I had. So this one was not part of that. This is just a plain purple and it's quite dark, so I don't know. It's not too far off from that, but I don't know that that's going to work. The rest of these might be better. This is still a little darker, but it's so thin that it might be okay, and it kind of matches this purple there. So maybe if I used it, it would make that pop a little more. And then I've got this one. Hopefully you can see it's striped, so kind of a darker purple and then a lighter purple, which I like the idea of that maybe. And then I also have this one, which is a little bit more of like a muted or an antique purple look. So I'm just gonna, I think, maybe try a little bit of all of them and see what works the best. I do have a couple others too that I didn't select for this. If I try all these and don't like it, I can always go in and try those too. Of all the ones I tried, I liked the striped one the best. I like that it's so narrow. I like the color. I like that it's got a subtle pattern, but it's not horribly distracting. So I put it just above that bottom line so you could still see the black line. I just put it a hair above it, and I like that contrast. I would also consider maybe covering up this geotag with a puffy one that I have. I don't know how much purple I have, but I could do a green. I've got green there, or gray. Gray's kind of boring, it's neutral. Maybe the green, but I have options at least to do that if I decide that that's too much black and white. But at least that's a start. That's helpful. I do have some stamps that are all about museums. So I'm gonna go into those and look and see what I have, and I might stamp something next to that here or even above the washi. I pulled out my stamp set that is specifically about museums and mainly art. I mean, if you look at this, there is some mention of history, but it's mostly art. And I thought I had more that were like a single line, but most of these are a double line. This is one of the few, and I don't really need that. Like, I already have a line there. So, or here, if I want to put in O'Keeffe Museum, I could. So I'm kind of liking this one that says artsy vibes. I might just like stamp it down here in the corner, and then if my journaling takes up almost all the room, that's fine. I can just go around it if I have it, or I'll just stop slightly above it. But I do like that one. It feels a little more modern, and this is more modern art. So that's what I'm thinking. All right, I've done my stamping. It came out very well. I love how that looks. Gives it a nice little flare at the bottom. And you guys, I'm so dumb, or blind. I didn't realize I had dropped a phrase strip in there, like thinking I would use it. I must have done that at some point, like, oh yeah, this will go great with this. Totally forgot it was there, didn't even notice it when I was going through my stuff. And it helps. It's a little bit gray. It's not white, it's gray. Now, are they the same gray? No. But you know what? It doesn't clash. It was in here, so I'm assuming I would use it here. But I think the only place it would fit is up here. There's kind of a lot going on down here. If I clipped it off, maybe then. But I'm thinking maybe use that there. And then I've got this here and then this. It does make me think though, seeing that I've got something here and here, that I probably need to add something. I'm wondering if I should do like a little purple star up here. That I know I have. Purple star or asterisk. I know I have those in my puffy stickers. I could easily put one there. I added on the phrase, so that's done. Put in a little staple. That's all good. I think this is done. So yeah, I need something up here. And I get a lot of like the more generic puffy stickers that have stars, arrows, hearts, asterisks, that kind of stuff from Ellie Studio. They do a lot of those that you can add on with your monthly kit, and so I tend to do that almost every time because they're just so good for just like throwing on whatever when you need a little something, but it can be nondescript. So I'm going to grab those next and pick something for here. I grabbed out these asterisks at first because I knew like, oh yeah, that's a perfect shade of purple to match with this, but then I realized the card says Gallery Love, so a heart probably would be better. So I grabbed these. I knew I had one of these left, so take that off and add it like right here, I think in the middle. How does that look? Do I like it? Would I be satisfied with it? I think so. And I like that these are a little bit different. This is a little bit darker. That's more orchid colored. I like it. So you know what? I don't think this one needs anything else. I can do my journaling off camera. So here's another one done for New Mexico. Thanks for watching.